Good evening to all of you here for the first official inaugural podcast for the American Women's Support Group here. I have here with me in this podcast legendary folks who makes it all possible. First, it is Amir Afrazuddin, who is a former USA cricket player. For anyone who has played with him or who knows him, that's how he has been for the USA and also held a lot of administrative positions in the USA cricket. Welcome to this podcast show, Amir Boy. Next,
Greetings. Thank you, Ganeshana.
I have here the lady who belongs to Houston, has been known to many, and also a tournament operator of the Houston Women's Open, running successfully, introducing cricket to many girls, and most of the national players who represent the country have played in her Women's Open. Welcome to the show, Mitali.
Good evening and hello to all. Welcome to our first podcast of AWCSG. Thank you, Ganesh, for introducing me. Yes, a big passion, big fan of cricket.
And saving the best for the last, I have here one and only international legendary personality, Mr. Alvin Kalicharan, sir, for the first inaugural podcast show, joining us all the way from Guyana. Welcome to the show, sir, Mr. Alvin Kalicharan.
Pleasure. It's a pleasure to join this group. Yes, for the first ever to introduce this A America Women's Cricket Support Group. And to Amir, well done for your
Thank
initiative.
you,
Having
Alvin. I
played
love
for
you.
America, having played for America and being coach, selector, and the experience you bring into this, and to have the experience to go about and do something like this, create something like this.
Alvin, thank you for your blessings. I had the honor of working with you for the under 19 men's, and I learned so much there. But thank you. It really means a lot to me. We've got a wonderful group working hard. We're really excited. And it's just this is only the beginning. Let's see where we get to, right? We're aiming for Mars, right? So hopefully
Mhm.
one day we'll have cricket on Mars as well. But no, thank you, Alvin, sir. Lots of love to you. Appreciate it.
We couldn't have chosen a better day to start the first podcast on the International Women's Day. How good it is. And trust me,
Wow.
folks who are listening, we did not plan for this. It happened, and that's a good sign that we are starting on the right foot. Without further ado, I'm going to ask Mithali, being the lone female participant in this podcast show, how does it feel being a female and to be part of this particular group here? Mithali.
Thank you, Ganesh. Firstly, I would like to wish every woman, girl who's going to be a woman, a very happy International Day. And I'm pretty sure the wishes are coming from you all. I must tell you, my phone has been blown up since morning. I'm getting greetings from a lot of people. And I am again feeling so blessed that I have so many, individual messages coming from the cricket world. A lot of people wished me and thanked me for what I do for cricket or what I support. So definitely means a lot. And as you said, thank you. And as you said, that what does it mean to be a woman? I feel very fortunate. I'm going to tell you, I am born and raised in a family of three girls. We're all siblings, all of us are females. Our dad was the only man in the family, so he had to live with four females. And I must tell you that we were raised with this one saying that you are no less than a man. Whatever a man can do, a
Wow.
woman can do. Whatever a
That's
boy
wonderful.
can do, a girl can do. And I'm really fortunate and very thankful to my parents who are no more with me here, but bless their souls up there. They're blessing me from there, blessing all. They know how passionate I'm about cricket, blessing all the girls to play well and keep doing well. And I must tell you, I don't know if you all know, but the Women's International Day, every year they have a theme. And you will not believe what the theme for this year is. It says, give to gain. That means
Wow.
Wow.
we give,
Powerful
right?
statement.
Yeah.
What
Powerful.
we are doing today with AWCSG is all of us have come together and we are giving all our time, a little bit of money, and all the energy, the positive energy to make sure that these girls get a good platform to play. So, what are the girls going to do? They're going to gain. So, give to gain. Our first podcast on the Women's International Day is absolutely apt because that's what we are all planning to do. Right? Thank you.
Excellent,
Awesome.
excellent. Mitali, we are so happy to have you here and give those wonderful words. Being a woman here,
Most
I
welcome.
think Now, I have a question. Now, let me put Amir Bar here on a spot here. Amir Bar, how did you think about AWCSG, or what made you to bring about this particular group into fruition?
Well, as you know, and we met by the boundary lines, in many tournaments and stuff like that. And, like we always want to have a lot more cricket at a competitive level. And, it's talking to you guys and stuff like that. But it's really, like the idea of having highly skilled cricket teams playing against each other. So our cricketers, our women cricketers can improve by playing against the best, and more consistently, I think was the idea behind it. Just it was very organic, and I thank you for the support, Mitali Didi, and we've got a great team. Alvin sir, also pushed me when I discussed it with him. I want to go through all the names, but if I miss any names, like my apologies. But the whole AWCSG committee is responsible for coming together and doing this tournament. So it was sort of like speaking on the sidelines of many cricket tournaments and stuff, and it's come to fruition, and I'm very grateful. I can't thank each and every one of you enough. I really appreciate it.
Very good, Amir boy. Let's put Mithali. Let me ask you, how do you see this being beneficial for the girls in the country here with the formation of AWCSG?
As I said already, right? Give to gain. And the idea Amir came up with, and then he brought in this executive committee made of people from the different, with different skill sets. But all of them have the same goal, that this committee is coming together to give a fantastic platform, to give a premier platform for the talents and the skills of these women, these girls in our country, in the country of United States of America, where they are geographically located in the different parts of the country. But they have so much talent that if they come together and play these tournaments, which AWCSG is coming up with, they're only going to get better. They're going to get a good competition, right? They're going to rub shoulders, the younger ones are going to rub shoulders with the national team. When I say younger ones, they're under 19, but still they have a long way to go. Even our US senior team have a long way to go. But once they play as many games and as many tournaments as possible under this banner, they are only going to get better and be able to compete in the international stage. So I'm really proud to be a part of this AWCSG.
Yep.
Fantastic. Alvin, sir,
Mhm.
we can't leave you too far behind here. What did Amir Bhai convince you to be part of this advisory panel here?
You see, respect is one thing. Number two, the love for the game. Number three, my experience having played the game professionally for over 30, near 30 years. And when I'm asked to be involved in it didn't take me long. Having known Amir and worked with him, I feel privileged. It doesn't matter who you are, but to be asked, it's always a privilege to contribute to the game. And that's why I'm here with you chaps.
We are so blessed and honored, sir.
And Ganeshana, he didn't have a choice. I didn't give him a choice. He had to be with
I,
us.
I
So
could
Yep.
see
that's
that.
it.
I could see. And the energy you bring, sir, is going to be infectious. Alvin, sir, the energy that you're going to bring to us is going to
Yep.
be infectious. Thank you
And oh,
for.
we can only salute to you, sir, for all your experience and what you're
Yeah.
going to bring to us. And you're a legend. And just that
Yeah.
the three of us are hanging out with you here is has
Yep.
made my day as a
Yep.
Women's International Women's Day. I'm spending my time with you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, so. And a privilege,
Answer
as
the
Mitali, yeah,
maestro.
as Mitali said, I mean, about the improvement of women's cricket and youth girls cricket is you can have all the coaching in the world, but playing experience, you can't beat that. That's where you learn to play the game. 22 yards,
That's true.
facing bowlers,
Absolutely.
batting. So that's where you learn the game by experience. And as Mitali said, that's why Amir and all of you who are involved with this to arrange these tournaments and only playing more often will give you that ability to go and know how to play the game. Playing the game now with these tournaments, they're going to get better and better in playing experience.
Thank you, sir.
So you can't beat that.
That was wonderful. Thanks
Thank you.
so much for your
Absolutely.
very well said, Alvin, sir. Amir, so talking about AWCSG, I know that, of course, I have to also say that it's not the three that are represented here. We dearly miss John. With he's running into a meeting. He was supposed to join us today for this podcast show. We unfortunately we could not find. There was some scheduling conflict that prevented him from joining, but he would have very much wanted to be with us here. And on behalf of all the other stakeholders in this AWCSG who have given their blood and sweat to make this happen, and we have our very first tournament also being planned here in Orlando. So, Amir Bhai, can you briefly talk us about the tournament that's being planned for in the Orlando, and what it means for the girls, and what are the future plans for the other subsequent tournaments?
Yeah, so Anna, let's, in regards to the tournament, so we went with the publicly available data, which is your under 19 national training squad and the senior training squad that was there, right? The cricketers who've worked hard and got themselves into the squads and stuff. So we said, why not we give them a, option or, the facility or facilitate a couple games for them. That's how the idea started. So it's a very good tournament, where we had like 48 of the best cricketers in a draft, and maybe you can explain it better, Ganeshana, because you've been part of that process. But then, we went into drafting those teams. The teams came to live. We've got the best coaches lined up, and we're ready to go play in Orlando. Like the Patriots, Freedom Flyers, and the Titans. Ready to roar, right? So the concept is very simple. Have some, evenly distributed or exciting teams play against each other so we can all improve. The women's cricket can improve, and youngsters can come get a chance to prove themselves against the seniors, can, rub shoulders with the young people where they can learn a lot, so they can teach the young people a lot and the young people can learn a lot. So just a very exciting format, and I can't wait for April 3rd. I think that's where the first game starts, right? So let's see what comes out of it. And in regards to how this all happened, then we've got to open up the podcast to one of our meetings we hold every Wednesday. So I think that'll be like box office stuff for TV and stuff. It's very exciting. Yeah, again, all our partners, we're getting there. It's exciting. I'm so sorry if I'm not being very technical over here, but I just wanted to say I'm very happy and it's an exciting tournament.
Very good. Mithali, a question for you. I know you are a coordinator of a team and involved in picking the talents that we have in the country for the team that you are coordinate for. Walk us through how interesting, exciting the process was, and how the team was formed. You are on mute, Mithali. We are unable to hear you. We are still unable to hear Mithali during the podcast. Maybe I'm
I
going
can
to, yeah,
I'll
I'm going
speak
to.
on her behalf. Hi, I'm Mitali. It's very exciting to be a POC of a team. I think she's back.
Yes, Amir Bhai, you were part of the process when it happened. So you have also played a similar role in the previous role that you held for the organization. So how interesting was that process of picking these talents? And I know you are not directly involved, but you were
Yeah.
witnessing the process.
I was an observer in the drafting of the teams and stuff. We have three POCs per team, which went in, and the cricketers were divided. Do we have you back, Mitali Didi? Are
Yeah,
you back?
Can you hear me?
yeah.
Yes, we can.
I'm
Okay,
so
over to you.
sorry.
Yeah,
I
no worries.
Yeah, it's a learning, so apologies for that. And I'm going to say next time we'll find out a way to avoid this. But coming back to the question, Ganesh, as I was saying, that this committee, we've got, 11, 12 people, and we made different committees for different roles. And when we came to the part of the selection of the teams into the three different parts, when I say three parts, three teams, the girls were all assigned to a tier based on their skill sets. They were divided, and we were all divided. Nine of us were divided into three groups to come up with a strategy, come up with a plan on how to fairly make sure that all the three teams are competitive and choose them. We had a proper draft. It was an internal draft, but it was a proper draft where we had a lot of discussions and strategies and accordingly planned these teams. So I'm really looking forward to it. When Amir said, and that's why I was wondering why Amir didn't react, because I said, when he said we have these three teams and he said Patriots, I said, go Patriots, right? And he didn't react. So I was like, what's going on? And then I realized, okay, I'm on mute. So for that's the reason he didn't realize.
We could
But
not hear you
yes,
at all.
I don't want to be biased. There's two other teams. They're all our teams, right?
yeah, all of them,
I
yes.
didn't
But
hear you.
we're
Yeah,
going to support, and it'll be
yeah,
fun. It'll be just a fun
yeah.
banter All the girls are ours. There is no two things about it. This is the United
Absolutely.
States girls, our girls. So the girls are divided in there because, as we said, the more we play against each other, we're going to learn more. So,
Absolutely.
and that's the whole plan. So it's just a simple thing of just splitting them into teams. But I'm going to say that there's going to be a very fantastic tournament. And these, you don't know who's going to give who a run for their money, right? So I'm
Yep.
looking
Give
forward to it.
Mitali the give and gain, right?
Yeah, there you
Give.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Give
Isn't
and
that a
gain.
good
One,
statement? I was so
yeah.
happy to read that is the theme for
Yeah.
2026.
One point I would like to make here while you're dividing teams. In this, one thing we got to be firm sometimes, which we've got to educate them from the start that we are here for the betterment.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Very important.
Absolutely.
Very
Good
well
point.
said.
Thank you, Alvin, sir.
Well, Ganeshan, before you move on to the next question, why don't we put you in the hot seat and you tell us what you think about the drafting process, the tournament, how it came together, and we would love to hear from you.
Very good. Okay, thank you so much. As it was an exciting process, to be honest. I have covered all of these girls for a long time, being a photographer. We have such a wonderful talents available in our country, needing exposure and opportunity to play against the best of the best. I think it was actually a good process, actually a good headache to have or a good problem to have. With so many good choices, I think the coordinators were struggling to find the right players because
Com-
there were so many choices available. I think Mitali can watch with that. And in the draft process, it's a very excellent way to pick the teams because the player that you want to have in your team may have been picked by some other team. Then it's like a chess game. Who else can we go and get them next? So it is an interesting process. So I think I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I can't wait to capture all of them and give the beautiful pictures to the girls back. Amir Bhai.
That is awesome. And then, folks, if anyone's wondering, if where James Bond is and you can't find him on TV, he's on our screen right now. If you can look, GKN is also known as AKA James Bond, and who travels the world and finds filter coffee, all over the world whenever I speak to him. So, if you don't find James Bond on TV, tune into our podcast. He's right over here. So,
Okay.
Well, personally, you can't go wrong with the filter coffee. Well, it's about time that we give props for all our wonderful sponsors who have come together to support us. And that is extremely important for us to run the tournament of this scale that we are planning. Amir Bhai, I'm going to put you on a spot to ask this question. What is in for the sponsors?
I mean, I all I can say is, I can thank them. They're making a huge impact in women's cricket in the USA. I actually want to thank all the people who basically, this is, you did put me on a spot, but like I don't have words to thank them enough because gold sponsors, silver sponsors, the banner sponsors, they've really made a lot of things possible which we couldn't do within the budget we had, right? So
Correct.
that's in terms of the playing conditions or the cameras or the kits or the balls or the dinners or whatever. So I can't thank them enough. I want to thank you, and I want to thank like all the guys who went looking for sponsors and knocking on doors. It was basically a lot of cold calling. I guess it's not easy, but all I want to say is thank you so much. What they're gaining out of this is a good, solid, hopefully cricket tournament that goes on for years, which is going to benefit the American women cricket structure in terms of producing some super exciting, talented cricketers. That's all I can say, Anna. Thank you.
Very,
Yeah.
very, very well said. And at this moment, I want to recognize the sponsors that we have here.
I want to add something to this is for Sir Kalicharan and myself. Did you notice that our colors were matching with our gold and our silver sponsor?
Oh,
So
well
that
done, Natalia.
that's the
Very
reason.
good observation.
So I had to bring we wore the right colors. So you are the gold sponsor and I am the silver sponsor.
Great.
That is awesome.
Well done.
No,
Uh,
we
Well,
must add to
Gane-
it. Yes,
and
without these
yep.
sponsors, it is difficult to run a tournament of this level to make it premier and get the girls all the facilities, all the different features, and we are doing our best here to, as an operations team, as the execution team, as the sponsorship team, finance team. We have all kind of teams, and all of us are coming together to ensure that this
Mhm.
tournament is at a highest level, giving all the comforts to the girl, at the same times making sure that the girls are, benefiting it by playing and enhancing their skills. So thank you to all our sponsors.
To the
Thank
sponsors,
you.
yes, and to all of you who have worked hard for these sponsors,
Absolutely.
now you stuck to your bargain. The young ladies now have to stick to their bargain of showing their appreciation by being top
Absolutely.
women's cricketers.
All right. Thank you all. And it's just about time that we have to
And
wrap this.
Ganeshan, really quickly before we go, I apologize, like to all the young cricketers and, our women cricketers out there, this is our introduction podcast. If we've bored you, we will get more exciting as the time
Yes,
goes, but we've got some amazing things lined up. Maybe Ganesh and I can go through
yes,
it. Like we've got rapid fires, we've got people coming up, you guys will show up to our podcast. We're going to cross question you. Alvin sir is going to do a masterclass. We'll be joined by Mr. John Aaron, the man, the manager, the marvelous Mr. John Aaron. Big Nate, my former USA
yes.
teammate, is going to join us. We're going to have lots of fun. Give us some time. Don't get bored. Keep subscribing. Keep liking it so we can march on.
Yes.
Thank you. We are going to get better from here. Once again, before we end our show, happy International Women's Day to all the wonderful women and ladies out there.
Salute
I'll
you.
see you.
Well
See
done,
you.
all of
Thank
you.
you.
Looking
Thank you,
forward to
Arvind,
it.
sir, for joining
Have
from
a good
Guyana.
one.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
sure.
Bye
Adios.
bye.